Stay tuned.
I had Arthur Hayes on my show last week, and he came on and said that he thinks that the strategic Bitcoin reserve is overblown and that governments and central banks aren't going to be buying Bitcoin and going to stick to gold. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't think he's right. And I don't think he's right for that 90-10 reason, which is central banks are not in the business of making bets. And I agree they'll probably buy more gold than Bitcoin. That's probably true. But that doesn't mean they won't buy any Bitcoin, right? I think the number of countries that own Bitcoin will at least double. I think the game theory of getting in first is afoot, as you mentioned. How do you know we're not doing it? And even if it's just at this 90-10 ratio, that means they have to buy a very lot of Bitcoin, right? Just to get up to neutral. So he's right that they'll probably buy more gold, but the impact will be much bigger on Bitcoin because we're in a supply constrained situation, right? We only create 165,000 Bitcoin a year. If governments buy 500,000 Bitcoin, that's 3x supply, right? That means the price goes up unless people are willing to sell. And that's just one source of demand.
Do you think that we are still on the traditional crypto 4-year cycle?
No, but from a bullish perspective, I sort of think, these cycle starts because there's a huge catalyst that brings new capital into the market. And this one started, for what it's worth, almost exactly at the day Grayscale won its lawsuit about a Bitcoin ETF. If you go back to when the bull market started, that was March of 2023 was when they won their lawsuit. And that meant institutional investors were coming into this market rips. I think we had another one of those events, like another one of those tectonic 4-year cycle starting events